allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Got a chance to read the minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Marford report?
Yes.
So this month, last meeting, I've contacted, about the different ordinance violations. So everyone's cut their grass and got in compliance with that. As for the abandoned vehicle, got with Heather on that. He never got, I tried making contact. So I left his 10-day warning this past Saturday at his work. Yeah. Second Street and Clark Street, their trash bags. Last time I was by there, they cleaned up all their trash bags. Spoke with her. She's having a problem getting her couch hauled off. So if anyone knows anyone that can charge a small fee or something.
Wheatland will do it if you're already a member. They're gonna pick up my refrigerator Friday for $20. Sweetland,
It's
so on to
it's a
90% of
garbage.
people here, Sweetland.
It's a garbage company. Most people use, I don't, most people in the town use it.
Yeah, she's been relying on like coworkers and stuff, but she's
It's like $20, yeah.
That's what my refrigerator's gonna cost me.
I didn't even know they charged, you know. Oh, yeah.
Anything big item like that's,
You should have put the,
2 years.
you should have put your refrigerator on the for sale sites. Somebody come pick it up, they always pick my stuff up.
I was gonna say, anything I put out at the curb that's large gets picked up long before trash gets there.
Yeah, always.
well, I mean, it's broken, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I know, I put on.
I've gotten rid of 3 of them in the last 4 months that way.
Just put it out.
Anyways, sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll let her know that, so, let's see. The oil's been changed on the car, county garage just took care of that, and then I took it to Jack's because the tires were needed. And also, we do need more patches for the department. So right now, winter time, I'm getting some coats together and stuff, I just need to put some patches on them. We have none. So what that is, at River City here locally, they run $5 a patch for them to duplicate our already patches. So I just take in one of my shirts that have the patches, they'd send it off and then get it duplicated.
Nice.
Minimum order is 50 patches though.
That's $250. That lasts just for a day or two.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Do we need a motion for $250?
Does he have it appropriated
I
already?
think so. I don't think he has anything appropriation for it.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion to approve the patch purchase for up to 300.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Yeah, 'cause you're gonna have tax on that, so.
For taxing, no matter
All
what.
right,
Great job, man.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Where was the abandoned car at?
it's right beside the bank. The guy that we've dealt with.
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
Did you ever, you said you were gonna inquire about the Jeffersontown PD?
Oh, yeah. At the Dollar General, the one that's parked
I
there.
went over there, talked to him.
Jeffersonville.
They said that he came in, they gave him permission to.
Okay.
So I did go and check.
It's not overnight, I mean, it's been there for weeks, but yeah.
Well, they gave, because
He
he
lives-
lives in
Yeah,
a
he lives-
apartment.
I think he used it. I think we're not seeing it because he probably works at night or something. I didn't see it.
I've seen it a couple of times when it wasn't there.
Yeah, I didn't-
It does.
Intimidates people from speeding and stuff.
I don't know, I sit right there at the apartment, so below the stop signs.
Wee woo, wee woo.
Sure.
But the record shows that is Jeffersontown.
Jeffersonville, isn't it?
No, it's Jeffersontown.
Is it?
Okay.
Yeah, right, bro.
Jeffersonville.
Skip, now I gotta correct the record again.
You should probably point that out because they're gonna vote on my contract later.
Maybe I should, maybe I should,
Yes,
maybe I should get
Just
closer
for the
to it.
record, I haven't even spent half the attorney budget.
I didn't even know J-Town had their own.
Was that gonna be like any
Oh, yeah.
other budgeting thing? We're gonna get a bill for the rest of.
No.
All of it
No.
at the end last
I
month.
actually had one client say, you haven't spent any of the budget hardly. You sent me a bill for $90. I'm like, you want me to send more? I mean, I guess I could think of other stuff to do, but it's.
I do.
Was there one? I
You want us to remote
Oh,
bid?
no.
No, Andy said he missed one.
I missed one too.
Yeah, you missed that. The reconciling,
Yeah, let's re-rack it.
Yeah.
everybody's got a copy.
Pretty reconciled to me.
That needs to be signed off.
You get the right one.
Not working tonight?
No, luckily.
Make a motion to approve the reconciliation.
Second.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm done.
Okay. Any reports, I've got other stuff, but it's down here, so emergency services.
The only thing I got is I wanted to touch base with you on like the charger and stuff like that. Did we get it?
So both the batteries and the chargers took them to Jack's and they.
Are we pulling those wire harnesses though or not?
On the wire harnesses?
Yeah, are we taking that out or no?
Tell you the truth, I don't know anything about that stuff.
Well, I guess the better question is, are we gonna ever try to sell those cars?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So we probably need to take the wire harnesses or get them removed, just because they are quite hazardous looking.
Yeah, the slick top, I mean, I've drove it and to me, it runs pretty well, but I don't know how many, but the one with the light bar on it, to me, is the one that is very, very sketchy.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
So,
so we probably need to keep the slick top one. That was Justin's old car.
Do we need to put the light bar on it?
No, it's got lights on it.
Okay.
It just doesn't have a bar on top.
So question about, before we choose which one, I mean, would it make sense to have like Jack's or Jack's Need or somebody like drive both of them and look each one of them over and say like, hey, this is your better, or you do it, or somebody that's
Mechanically inclined.
Yeah,
My vote is for Jackson, but
so, but somebody to go over it and say, drive it and everything and be like, hey, this one's your better one, this one is not.
So, I mean, are we trying to sell both of them?
I think we're just.
I think we're only gonna do one, cause I mean, we kinda need to have a backup.
and if we get a reserve, we,
Right.
So is the idea to sell the better one or keep the better one?
keep the better one.
Keep a better one
So the better one's the one without the light bar?
without the light bar. At least that's what my understanding is.
And again, do we want to put the light bar? I know it's already got lights, but do we want to put the light bar
I
on it now?
wouldn't care. It's a
Okay.
white car, it's marked up. I mean, it's not like you can miss it. So
I know that it drives better, but should we have somebody like
we can if you want.
the tires on it?
yeah. Well, the county garage, I take it up to Brian, he knows what to look for on all the lights too, we could probably get that.
Yeah, if he wants to check out both of them, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, we still need a battery for both of them to even get them to run?
Yes. Jack said that, I don't.
If you're gonna
Just
sell
gonna
it, you're gonna
charge
put a
them all,
battery in it.
yeah. I said both of them are toast.
I would say whichever one, well,
Even if you're gonna sell it, you have
Even
to
if
have
you're
a
gonna sell it,
battery.
you gotta have a battery.
yeah, but I don't wanna put a deep cycle battery in one we're gonna sell.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Optima and the one we're keeping?
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if neither one of them are running currently, right? So,
How is, you
So-
put an Optima in the car that you're driving now, right?
Yeah, it hasn't died once, it's so great.
That's what they're supposed to do.
is that what you're putting in the Jeep?
Well, it's really easy. You buy one battery, you put it in, drive it down to the county garage.
Then swap them out and drive those ones down.
swap and drive the other car.
Buy a cheap battery, put it in one instance.
I mean, honestly,
Blah, blah, blah.
we could even buy 2 cheaper batteries right now just to drive them. Leave the cheaper one in whatever we're gonna sell and then buy a deep cell for
And
them.
then what do you do with the cheap battery?
it's gonna go with the car that's gonna have to be drivable, so.
But
What
if you're
not
buying
if
two
you buy-
batteries.
you can
Oh.
buy two.
You got too many.
It ain't cheap
Still in
batteries
spare.
anymore.
The batteries are $150 these days.
Mine's 200 for that little Honda of
I
mine.
was gonna say, I best paid $250 for one for paint.
Well, it depends on what it is. If it's an AGM battery, it's gonna be way more expensive than
Well, sure,
150.
sure.
So,
And I just put one in my granddaughter's car and it was, I think I bought it at Walmart for a 2-year $1.25, so.
okay, so let's more to follow on that. And then,
You don't wanna do nothing now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and appropriate some money.
to get them, well,
Let's get
we don't even know what it's gonna cost to
I'll throw this out. there.
drive them, or we'll have them.
Well,
they'll probably drive them for free.
$600 should buy 2 batteries,
I was gonna do 700 just because
an Optima and the other.
Optima and the other one.
So buy one Optima and Jack should be able to order it, right? Buy one Optima and then they're a interstate dealer. So, and then an interstate,
A cheap interstate, yeah.
and then we take both of them down to the county garage, have them look over both of them, tell us whichever one to keep, whichever one we're keeping, we put the Optima in,
Excellent idea.
and then sell the other one.
All right. So
All
you're,
right,
$700.
Yeah, that's motion.
I second, I'll approve.
all right.
All right, opposed? There.
All right, so last thing, can you resend me those receipts for cause whatever you sent me with those pictures, like it did not transfer well. I can't even read hardly anything on them. Yeah, so,
operator error.
so what that was about is the dog kennel that used to, or the canine kennel that was in the
Yes.
car. Justin called me a couple weeks ago, saying he had a friend that would potentially be interested in buying that whole set, so.
$8,000, theirs.
We would have to, well, that's why I was trying to get all the receipts so I could determine what the full price of everything was. We'll have to discount it, I'm sure, to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you guys are comfortable with, but if we're not ever planning on using it
At
again
this
either,
point-
it's just collecting dust.
At this point, get rid of the damn thing, as much money, as much as we can get out of it. Yeah, what do we have to do legally though? I think we have, I think we have to,
Advertise it or-
we have to advertise it. And we get bids. And when the bid, and if we don't have to take it, I mean, if the person comes in and they were offer you $100 for it, we're not gonna do that.
Right.
But
We practically did that with the last police car, $785.
yes,
Crown Vics?
that would,
Yeah.
right, I've been bid better to keep than.
Yeah, we had $800 tires we just put on it.
I don't know, those things are dead
Oh,
every
I
other
know.
week too.
So, she'll look that up.
All right, that's all I got.
Sheets and roads.
All right, CCMG 2026, that was filed last week. So we've got our grant application in.
Thank you.
Came out, just to reiterate, that's the remainder of Parkland Heights.
Mhm.
That's the piece of Buttontown Road. And then we actually came out a little bit better on Clark Street. So we thought Voiles to Pekin initially is what I said in last meeting. We're gonna do Voiles to the dead end up by the water tower. That's sorry. We're gonna do Clark Street from Voiles to the dead end at the water tower.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so that turned out really well.
Most people would appreciate that very much.
Yeah, and then so kind of, aside with that, assuming we get approved for the CCMG, there comes our pavement asset management plan, which is due, I believe it's due at the end of November. So I worked on that, with our engineers today, and I did some math on it. So right now, as it stands, we've repaved a total of 60.5% of the roads in the entire town as of today, since 2017. And so next year after the project, we will have repaved 78% of all of the roads. And then for 2027, the first project on the PAMP following the CCMG cycle is Harrison Street, and that's it. That would make us 87% in
So
2027.
do realize that that's since 2017, right?
Yeah.
You keep me honest here, but that is like 80-something% more than what the roads that were completely paved probably in the previous 20 years.
Yes,
I mean, the only roads that
but the
were,
grants, we've never been doing grants, we've been doing them as we could afford them, so.
which was never,
We did
matched them.
Clark Street, you know.
Yeah. So the pavement asset management plan will take us out to 2030, I believe. And so if it's a very conservative path, 2029, you'll have 100% of the roads repaved in town.
Pretty
So
awesome.
2030 is calling for nothing but maintenance.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's awesome. Well done.
Oh, sorry, carrying on. That was bad.
I was just like your mic drop. I didn't do it that
Yeah,
way.
so you just said.
Short pause for dramatic effect. All right. So we also cleaned Buttontown Road. Told you about that, Greg.
Yes.
I think Jordan's dad did that. We'll talk about that later, but we've got that all cleaned up. So no brush. Jordan also, I think I talked about the last meeting, but he filled the pothole. And that looks real nice. Did a real good job on that. And then I just got a report from Miss Pierce, Principal Pierce. There's a pothole in the alley over here, so I gotta find somebody to fill up the pothole.
Yeah.
Cool packs.
Yeah, but I just don't have anybody to do it right now. So anyway, gotta find that. That's
Where would we find
current situation.
Cool pack at? And run it,
Well,
get a camper and run out there this weekend.
We
and do it.
can, we can ask Riley's. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It's gonna be a nice weekend.
we could ask Riley's to do
Yeah,
it.
I think we did.
So
Um,
we have a new relationship with Riley's, but I'll wait you finish and I'll go in.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Maybe I'll let you go and then we approve some money for the pothole.
Sounds great.
Okay.
So I spoke
But
with
this is
Jordan.
no removal.
I spoke with Jordan today. He's not doing well. He got his report back this morning. You probably already know
I
this.
didn't know.
And it's in his bloodstream. The first step is they're doing bone marrow. Yeah.
I think we just kind of move
I
on.
think, I don't think we wanna talk
Yeah.
about people's personal.
Anyhow. So anyhow, so he's done. And he made me very clear that any jobs he has, he's done with. So he recommended that I call Rise. I've got everybody's, I'm gonna pass these out. All our bids to date. And,
These are gonna be updated ones, or these the ones we had last time?
A couple of them were ones that we had last time,
But,
and then.
yeah,
new
but I
ones.
just printed them all out for you, just so that you have them again. And you're-
Appreciate it there.
Want a copy of these, Heather?
So it's. Which one?
Per push.
That's our entire
All per
budget.
push.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Jordan suggested I call Riley's, and I called Riley's today, talked with Nick. Let him know what was going on with Jordan, and he spoke with Matt Riley. And they really want to help us out. They just bought 3 new trucks. They're pushing a lot of snow right now. They're doing 71 all the way up to halfway to Cincinnati. They're doing a lot of they're doing a
Really?
ton.
Wow.
Ton of snow removal now. But they'd like to, I had no idea. They'd like to help us out. So they said, I don't have it in print. I've got it all in text.
Yeah.
He'll match Jordan's. Said they'll do the $3,500 for a designated truck. Matt really doesn't want to go down to $120 an hour. He wants to go to $150 an hour. That's what I said. He says, if push comes to shove, we'll do it for 120. He says, but please bring it to the town that we really have a minimum of 150. I'm like, it's fine. And then, they charge, $350 a ton for salt.
It was a lot last year. That was the biggest thing. And they spread fast.
So that's just your charge for salt. So the $150 an hour is the snow removal and salting, whatever it takes. It's just, that's what they charge for salt. And
This, the setup, like that initial fee, is that do we get the charge against that, or is that?
that's for a designated truck. Designated truck and driver.
Okay.
So
That's not bad considering that we're not gonna have to compete for bigger jobs
correct.
at this point.
Considering they're doing $4,500 per plow. I mean,
US Lawns is,
Plain.
it's 5,600, for a plow, that doesn't even include salting, and, yeah, and $9,000 is from,
Lane.
Labs, and that's per bush.
Well, but
So,
that's,
So we have 2 snows and we're done for the year.
the Lambs one does not include a, how many inches they're plowing.
no, that's just.
Could be anything. I mean, we get 10 inches on the other one, it's 15 grand.
When we start getting.
Our whole budget, one plow.
One push, so, yeah,
And considering we just got snow today, I think we might be in for a hard winter.
so anyhow, so Nick and Matt, they got together, and
Anywhere
Matt
from
Riley
30 inches.
really wants to help the town of Greenville out, so they said they would match what Jordan did, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Who was that?
Matt Riley owns Riley's.
That's fine.
So,
I will make a motion to accept the bid that was presented by Skip.
Riley's.
a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Good job, man. Good work.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if I
Quick
can
turnaround.
match what you did, but I'll try.
It's a quick turnaround.
If you need any help with like going over the road in the past and
Yeah,
explaining to the guy the speed humps and all, like, I'm happy to
please.
sit with you, whatever. Not,
But so they've been really great. That's why I said we've got a new relationship with them, and they really want to help the town out. So
Do they do though, that type of just like
their
day-to-day, like,
their specialty is excavating. And they also do lawn care and landscaping and snow removal so they're much larger than I thought they were. I don't know.
I'm talking about.
Well, we just bought 3 brand new trucks.
I mean, if they don't, I mean, we want somebody reliable and at a decent price, right? I mean, Jordan worked hard, did a great job, great quality, right? And so, you know, if we can find see what Riley does, but also, you know, maybe we look locally and see if there's, you know, any man that does, you know, has a business that's interested in doing just tree trimming and, you know, that type of stuff.
Gotta find somebody,
Yeah.
but I also need to find somebody for the mowing. Oh, Riley's, sounds like they mow, I mean, we're,
Well, you know what, let's really
Need to
talk
find that
as
out.
long as they've got a soft spot for us right now, they.
before the snow falls.
Well.
You wanna get
They
them
could hear they all-
Before the snow falls. I can ask them about hot holes, tree trimming and mowing.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Yeah,
And, cause yeah, they just seem really amenable to our cause.
that'd be great. Alright, cool. Oh,
Back to you.
well, I was gonna say the pothole, but I mean, I guess we don't really know.
I think we just see what, I mean, we can approve that through, you know, phone call. You know, if they say, yeah, we do whatever, then
Yeah.
we can get 3 yays and let Jack know, hey, we've got to,
This is the alleyway by the school.
Yes,
Glenn Riser,
What is it?
Glenn
no,
Riser.
no, it's the other one. Hang on a second.
Oh, it's
Is this West or
First.
East? Is this West or East?
West First Street.
West First Street.
Yeah. Glenn Riser goes this way.
I can reach out to him tomorrow.
Okay, well then that's me. Oh, I guess we're now on to special projects.
Yep.
The Historic Preservation Commission, we had to push a couple meetings, so we haven't had a chance to meet yet, so just update on that. River Hills, appointed a new executive director, so Corey retired like almost a year ago now, and they just appointed Lisa Long, so I assume everybody on the board will probably, or the council, start receiving stuff from Lisa and her staff. So that's the only update I have for this.
First of all, we've been, what are you laughing about? Jordan and I have been working really well together. I'm very impressed with Jordan. We've met several times. We keep in communication about things that are going on. He still has not met my mother yet, who is the most vocal non-resident of Greenville, who likes to say she never sees the marshal. So next time she's over and sitting on the porch, I'll call Jordan and he'll be on.
Give her a bucket.
You'll have coffee and donuts.
Yeah, I told her I'll invite him over next time you're here.
Just tell her he was on.
And you laugh, but she stays for months at a time, like months at a time, and then, you know, but then she goes back to her own house in the city, so,
It's her summer home
yes.
from New Albany.
Well, actually, it's her Christmas home, and then, you know, if it rains really hard, she doesn't want me by herself, so she comes up. The road cut ordinance, it was published for public hearing tonight, it did not get posted. So we're gonna have to move that till next month's meeting and do a public hearing and post it 48 hours prior. I think Jack's just been incredibly busy, and I probably didn't remind him, so sorry about that. The car that Jordan just cited, if it gets past the 10 days, if it's on public property, the car, Jordan knows how to tag it and just tow it after so long, but I'm sort of the mind, I'm not gonna send anybody on private property to tow it, so we would have to file an OV. So what do you want me to do after the 10 days?
It's-
Well, I need just a motion, and whatever you guys say is fine.
Because I don't want him going,
Yeah.
it's messy and dangerous, so.
Oh, it is on private property.
It is. It's the guy beside the bank, and we've had several problems with him, but I would ask for I'd ask for the fees after the 10 days, and then I would also ask for an ordering it be towed.
So, make a motion for Heather to file an OV against with the abandoned car after 10 days.
Second.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, but
Sorry, no, go ahead.
Okay.
Since I'm halfway through, but only, they're not even half budgeted, so I should be good for the ballot. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I did go to the Board of Zoning Appeals on, the property next to the Dollar General. Really, the staff went through the staff report really well and said, you know, why it was an issue and that it was against zoning. They didn't recommend an exception. The owners got up and, you know, the first thing that they told the staff was that it was for, I guess, debris from the highway as well as the noise. And then the lady said, well, really, it's about my kids. They can hop over the 4-foot fence. And, you know, so really what I impressed upon the BZA is that we worked really hard for a zoning ordinance. And that, you know, obviously she has a valid point about her kids. However, I can't even tell her if there's, the other gentleman who lived there didn't seem to have a problem using his backyard, but I can't really see what they've done to the property because there's not sightline. I also told them, you know, I'm sure people in Parkwood Heights would like some barrier too, but because they front the property. I think he cited, you know, the Dollar General has a fence that's not in the back, and so there's a fencing along 150, and, you know, Nick brought up that those are all in the back of the property, not in the front. So really what I impressed upon them is that, you know, my clients, asked that this be a complaint be filed because it's not in compliance, and that we worked really hard to do the zoning ordinance. And if we were going to continue to give, you know, different exceptions for different things, then why even have the zoning ordinance? So Nick, I had to leave because I thought we were having a public hearing, but Nick is supposed to email me and let me know how it went, or I can probably go watch the live. But I assume they probably would file. There were some questions because part of their argument was Dollar General had this fence and it would look stupid to cut 4 foot and then have the Dollar General 6 foot. And I'm like, well, it's on the side though. Dollar General does not go to the front. So
Join lots.
she says that they hook on to the Dollar General side.
Yes,
On
they
the
do.
They
side.
do.
Yeah.
They're right beside the Dollar General.
And that's fine, because I think what the BZA was at, or what the staff was asking was not just the front be 4 foot, but those sides.
so it don't have to be. 4
But
feet.
I said, you know, either way, it doesn't matter. The Dollar General one is grandfathered in because they were there before. So they're not they're not susceptible to the zoning ordinances, but that we supported whatever the staff findings
Yeah.
were. So,
Cause I'm sure that's on the side, the side doesn't have to be.
No.
4 foot.
And the
Correct.
size between the two properties, I mean, seemed like it'd do him a favor to have that there, so he's not looking at that all the time.
right.
I mean, it's
So
not doing it against us.
I don't think they'll grant the exception. I really honestly, he's the only gentleman that we've had ask for zoning variances. So he's the only person we've ever had to go to I was thinking about this today because usually ordinance violations, Jordan and I, or the Marshall and I worked on, but the BZA, since we have, I mean, I can't remember anybody else asking for a variance. So, with the car and the canine cage, how much are we talking about that it's worth? Less than 1,000? No, more. Okay. So more than 1,000, we either have to do it by auction or we have to, do sealed bids after a public hearing. Publication, sorry. You have to publish it and do sealed bids.
Oh, shit then.
Okay. And I think that's, the Main Street agreement. I know that's coming up next, but Greg and I really did, I've fought long and hard to get all of the concerns taken care of. Greg and I did meet with our attorney last week, so I gave you the updated agreement that sort of takes care of and addresses all the concerns that we had. It's not 100% the way you want, but it's not at all the way, I don't think it's 20% the way they want it. So I think we did the best job we could do to keep us out of IURC complaint territory, but still get the things that you guys were concerned about done.
Thanks, Heather.
That's all I got.
Moving on. Full business, Main Street agreement. So like Heather said, we met with them, their attorney, their engineer, you know. Thinking this, we have our awesome attorney, because
Thank you.
that justifies
Thank you.
some discussions there. There were, you know, there were conversations about, you know, they did not want to, you know, we wanted them to put the yard back to the original, but said that they can't possibly put it back to the original state because every blade of grass and bunch of every rock and.
But as attorneys, in her defense, as attorneys, we want to be very clear, because if a blade of grass is moved, obviously we're not gonna come, you know, redo it. You did bring up a good point about, hey, we've got guys in our neighborhood that really care about their grass, so if you're using blue fescue, or you're using bluegrass and they want fescue, and they were on board with that. I don't think that was a big issue. I'll remind them, I have to remind Nikki of that. I don't think they'll change attorneys. These other people may change, but,
Yeah, and that's what I said, you know, I said, I'm not necessarily gonna come out and say, oh crap, the grass fescue type isn't going to match. But like Heather said, we do have people in that neighborhood that are like that. And they put, you know, money and time and everything in there, so, anyways, I mean, we had to talk, we had to talk about above ground lines and stuff, you know, temporary lines, so we were able to agree on.
I think the ugly orange thing she says is a conduit, so that they know where it is.
It's fine to put so the ugly orange conduit above the ground, they said they have to put it somewhere, and we agreed that they put it behind the entrance.
Yeah,
And
near
not
the
do it.
entrance, where it's gonna be covered and take care of the aesthetics and stuff. And then we were talking about the lines, and Greg explained to them, we have no above ground utility lines. So they didn't want to say that they would never have that, because, you know, she used the instance of a tornado coming through or whatever, and the lines are knocked out, there's a temporary, so it's in there that temporary, and as soon as the issue's abated, then they have to take down the temporary above ground.
What would a tornado?
And she
go
talked about
underground?
kind of,
Because it comes through and it can pull up any of
Trees
the
or something.
so to
trees
restore,
that
we
pull
talked
it
about,
out, the
quickly
roots pull it
restoring.
out and all that.
right,
But the point that I said is when you put temporary stuff up, unless you have something there that stops you from temporary becoming permanent, oftentimes temporary becomes permanent, so.
yeah, and we did also get the things in there that are gonna protect your constituents, the property
We got a
owners,
1-year
that,
warranty.
a 1-year warranty, they have the same warranty that the town has. So they were amiable to that. Yes, from the
And so
date of
it's-
completion of work on the easement.
And so that's their warranty, that's the warranty on, you know, the utilities, the yard, the work.
All in all, I think the concerns were as addressed as we could get them, and
I'm just going, I still don't want it. And
Yeah, I read it, I thought it was much better than it was before. And if we can't get it any better than it is, which is, like I said, much better than it was before, it's just everything, so.
I think I
only-
did the best I could do within reason.
Yeah, the biggest concern is trying to be, you know, physically responsible for our dollars and, you know, they've made it very, very clear that they will go to the IURC and file
And as good as you think I am, I'm definitely not familiar with IURC, because we don't, none of my towns and none of my clients deal with it.
All that being said, prepare for complaints, cause it's going to happen.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, it
As
is.
soon as somebody's yard gets dug up, it's gonna happen.
Well, and you also need to direct them to the IURC as well. And, you know, their representatives for giving the IURC so much power, because, I mean, we can't go drop $40,000-$60,000 on a
What'd you say, it was $600 an hour?
600 an hour, one that, I don't remember who it was, but, you know that you're gonna spend $400 to $600 an hour for all, I mean, it's not like you're just paying 1 hour, I mean, who knows? I mean, you're probably looking to $40,000 to $60,000 a year, easy, maybe, we can't pay that,
No.
so. All right, so we have a motion to approve the agreement between the town of Greenville and the mainstream fiber networks.
Second.
Who motioned?
Made the motion,
Okay.
he seconded it. So, all in favor?
All right.
All opposed?
Aye.
So, I did
In
four
favor?
in favor,
did
he
oppose.
opposed.
You want it on record who opposed or just
I
3 to 1?
Opposed.
You want it on record, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to sign 2 copies so Jack can have one and I can send one over to their attorney.
Yeah, it's the lesser of the two evils, the $40,000-$60,000, and
Yeah,
hopefully it's the lesser of two evils.
they did a lot better job this last time than they did the first time. I mean, they just did right here in front of our building. And you couldn't even tell it'd been done.
Well, after we threatened
You know.
to sue them and all that, when they
Yeah.
came into, my neighborhood after that, they did a much better job. They were really careful.
They were.
So,
Well, you guys have made your disclosure known that they will be just as careful.
so with this, we need to be very diligent when they're here working. If it even smells like they're doing something wrong,
How long you, man?
when they were in my neighborhood, I walked up to them while they were working and I said, are you addressing this or are you addressing this? I'm like, what about this dirt pile here? I mean, I literally walked up to their work
Well,
sites.
Steven's gonna have to do,
I don't know how-
locating and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least in assistance with them.
Plans, review our maps where. and-
Well, they're supposed to contact you whenever they're gonna
Well,
be digging or doing
and-
something.
You know, and Jordan, we might have to leverage you too,
Everybody's
to
gonna
take pictures, you know,
So
just to kind of,
Print your name and
you
stuff.
see them out, just kind of. Oh, and make sure they're not.
I still have pictures when I did my neighborhood. I took pictures. I went and introduced myself to the foreman. I was all over him.
I don't know why she didn't, I guess she didn't know your names when she did the signature.
Thank you, right, that's good on hundreds and everything.
She can do Google.
Didn't know how to look.
Just sign it.
I had it on mine, so I didn't realize
Sign
it.
next to them.
Yeah, where it says printed name, print your name, and then sign on the bottom.
Well, it
She's been
doesn't,
shitty.
no, they all say the same thing.
It said printed, Greenville Town Attorney.
That she had.
Your name should have went there. Printed.
Was out.
Semicolon. That's okay,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Close enough.
Do the other one.
I'll try to do this one right.
I wouldn't know. what-
We'll keep this one. We'll send
I'm gonna
it that way.
do mine.
Can you read? Okay.
Listen, I told you I was tired when I got here.
I've been like I'm like Greg today. I had like a 14 hours before I walked in here. I tell you.
What was wrong with the way Dave did his?
It says printed, semicolon. You're supposed to print his name.
I didn't print mine either.
I think,
If I sign it?
Everybody has to. Well,
well, you voted by a majority
Look at
to,
All right, so
You're
I'm
not
gonna
voting for
put my
it.
name by Princeton,
whatever.
yes, and then sign on the line above.
above or below.
Print there.
Oh my
Sign.
God.
Skip, even I didn't have that many questions. I just did it
Well,
wrong.
he doesn't want to get in trouble like you did.
Exactly my point.
So true, so true. They just went with it. Okay.
Yeah, there's.
So Steven, if they, you know,
I
after
can
you got
fix it
these
later,
markers
no.
and everything, they start getting all sideways, get on
I don't know,
them.
that's
Call one of us.
I think so.
Well, it's not an ordinance, but so majority of the members.
Yeah, you only have to have
agree.
3 signatures.
I mean, if you don't wanna sign it, that's fine too.
Yeah, you don't have to.
We have the 3 we need, but we technically voted on that.
Actually, it on the line.
I guess if it was an ordinance, I would make you sign it for sure.
Help kind of.
Water lines.
You know, they did communicate with us and work with us before, so
I don't know. Actually, yeah.
hopefully it'll be.
Should be attested. Somebody should sign that they signed.
Yes, it has to be your attestation. I was just looking to see why she put 7 members. It's like 7 spaces. That wasn't mine.
I'd like to get Machine on and get them sign it first and then come back to us for a review and then sign it.
Who gets
I don't know. Jack, because Jack.
Oh, good.
All right. Moving on, our new business, so ordinances, so we have the employee, town employee pay ordinance. So,
What number is that?
it is 07. The town agreement ordinance number 2025 TO-07, ordinance for salary ordinance for the town of Greenville employee for 2026. For the town of Greenville, council majority agrees to the compensation for Marshall Jordan Taylor effective January 1, 2026 for the period ending December 31st, 2026. Therefore, be ordained as follows. 1, town of Greenville Marshall, the salary position. 2, compensation for the town of Greenville Marshall position at $65,000 per year. 3, Jordan Taylor is hired as the Greenville Town Marshal adopted by the town council, Greenville, Indiana, on the 10th day of November 2025.
Make a motion. Go ahead and do it by unanimous consent.
Yeah.
Motion by unanimous consent.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
By opposed? 2 more headings, right? Town of Greenville, ordinance number 2025-TO-07.
If it's unanimous
If
consent,
it's
you don't
unanimous, I
have to
don't
do it
have to.
again.
That's sweet. I'm gonna correct.
Should you keep both of these till they sign off on theirs? Cause I don't have a signed copy from them.
I can, it doesn't matter to me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna come back with it, not a fresh, a wet signature, it's gonna be there.
Do we need to date those signatures?
No,
No.
it's in the minutes. You know, past it.
I'm gonna,
It says right
I'm
here,
going
10th day of
to
November.
correct this. And then I'll email it out.
Okay,
So the next is the, town attorney agreement. What is that? Okay, so I make a motion to approve 2026 for the rate of $150 an hour.
I'm not gonna take my rates up.
All in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed?
Aye.
You're making me feel like I should take my rate up. Did you oppose?
Yeah, that's
No,
what
we
I
didn't.
said.
He was late on the eye.
I
for
was,
the
wait a minute.
approved.
All right. Anything else for town business? Anybody? All right, I make the motion to close town business. Fair say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Here are the leaks and adjustments.
Don't you need it for the minute?
He's just that good.
They have to come back to me, sign
Oh,
it.
and sign it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one more.
So everything on the water system has been winterized this past month, so we're ready for, colder days like we've had yesterday. We've installed more meters and we've exercised a lot more valves. And then touch base a little bit on some stuff from last month where we had ordered, we did the 2026 project materials, purchases. So the materials have been ordered and are expected to be in, by mid-December. The 100 meters came in last week. And then for the easement for John Pechtel, the property owners are still wanting to move forward with that. They will be in tomorrow to sign the easement.
Yes.
And then, it was mentioned last month too about the property in Galena that we were looking at for a tank site. The guy got back with me. What I proposed for us to buy was like a quarter of an acre. He wants $38,000 for a quarter of an acre. So, which is probably gonna be above what it would be valued at. And $38,000 is
I mean,
A lot.
a lot.
well, so our lot sizes in Heritage Springs are less than a quarter of an acre, but 0.18 I think is accurate. It comes with curbs, a paved road, sewer system. And so if that quarter of acre has those, I mean, essentially it doesn't have something there, right? Stormwater, something, and he's actually down lower than what I would have assumed on a quarter of an acre. I mean, I think it's a fair price. If we appraise it, I'm gonna say it's gonna come back close.
Yeah.
When we bought that sliver for
We
the
have to have
wastewater
appraised.
treatment plant,
It was 37,000. 37,
Yeah.
Yes.
right?
30,
Yeah,
We just emailed me.
no, I think you're right.
and it was not even
Already
close to a full lot.
Right.
Is it worth it?
I got two properties there, so.
Oh, you did?
Well, we'd have to do that.
Well, I'll keep the other.
We would have to get the appraisal.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, with that price, if y'all think that it's fair to move forward with
Mine's
some kind of
inside.
appraisal.
We can't.
If
Yeah,
we have
we
to
have
get
to
that
get from
process.
That's correct. I do think
They
it's
did
fair, personally.
Oh.
One,
Okay.
yeah.
I think before we purchase property, we need to get it appraised.
It does.
for sure.
And that's
Well,
What
what,
we're looking at again is just
Yeah.
like what's
Pass it
in
the other
black
way.
there on the map.
well,
To
that's,
add to the property we're. already
that's
having
what we
there.
did.
It's about a quarter of an acre.
that's what we did for the South Springs one,
Right.
is we had it appraised. And we did like the middle of the road, cause if you remember, somebody came with like some
We had
crazy
three-
rate.
Yeah, we had
right?
three, right?
And we're like, and that's what the one that they wanted, and we're like, no, like, no.
Who do we go through or use for the appraisal?
Who did we do on the other?
I mean, I would have to look it up. I think we ended up getting 2 or 3 appraisals. in
Two.
Heritage Springs. 2,
We had two.
but I don't remember who it was.
I don't remember, honestly,
There's one in Highland Point.
I think you're just gonna have to call around.
There's nobody that I use regularly for appraisals. I usually just
Do
have
we
my
need
clients
to?
get them.
We have to get 2.
I don't know for purchase of real estate, but let me, you know me, I always wanna check.
You can just get with Steven.
Yeah,
What does
It
a
doesn't
quarter of an
matter.
acre go for in Heritage Springs?
It's less than a quarter of
Yeah,
acre. It's like 0.18 and it
Point
goes.
two,
for-
actually, it's a little bit, our lots are 0.288 acres. So just a hair above,
Over.
and we paid 37,000
Back.
is 10 years ago. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's close to 55,000.
We do
yeah,
have-
and that's for those lots.
we do have infrastructure that's-
Sidewalks, stormwater.
Oh, they said the name of the church didn't
Right,
have
right.
it.
You know, I get it. No, I mean, there's nothing there.
So we have to appoint 2 appraisers
That's what I thought.
We just get.
and we can't
Great.
exceed the average of the purchase price can't exceed the average of the
Of the
2
two
appraisers.
Yeah.
So I don't know who,
It means you'd have to be a
So we-
pretty cool, but you know.
We have to do a resolution to appoint the 2
probably a
appraisers.
quick Google from around, you want them somebody semi-local for
Sewer
here.
plant down there.
Look
them up.
One option is calling like Triple Title Company, or, I think there's 2 title companies up there at Highlander Point. They're also even check the bank too,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, who they would
theirs,
use
they
for
may,
appraisal.
Well, technically, we're supposed to do a resolution where we appoint 2 appraisers.
So the access is already a shared easement up to this point. We actually have an
So
easement
we have
that
to
runs
have
to this little square.
we have to
where
know
it's
who's going to
existing
do it.
So we have an
and then-
easement all the way back to here.
Yeah,
This
and
way
then
we
do a
don't have to own
resolution.
more or.
Why
you
don't we do
know,
that?
for the
Well,
that's
facility.
fine.
I don't write the
We have to
laws.
have
It's-
shared easement
it's fine.
with Neighbors.
So,
So-
hold on, wait.
Special meeting or something? Come in and,
And technically,
I
when. you
mean,
get to
technically
this
that's for a
point,
town, we're
This guy
I
owns
mean,
most of this driveway
He's
here
got it.
anyway. So,
So is this the guy that owns the land currently?
yeah, he rents, it's like the old schoolhouse there in Galena, is where it's at.
Yeah.
alright, question. So find 2 people. Schedule them. So, I mean, how urgent do we need to have this?
Well,
I mean, do we have to
5
have
years.
it within a
Yeah,
month?
we don't have to have it.
Alright, so find,
Trying to plan ahead.
find the 2 people. Get the names, their address, their phone numbers, all that good stuff for the, appraisals. Bring it here to the, email us, right?
They have to.
Then for next month's meeting, we will do the resolution with the people. 'Cause Heather said that the law says we have to do that. And then, the next month meeting, we will approve it. Then they can go appraise it. You know, you could even look it out 6 weeks from now.
Yeah, if the guy asks, you know, like, you can tell him, just don't tell him who we're using as an appraiser.
The laws are selling.
State law, I mean, we have
And
to.
the guy, he works, he's an owner slash broker for like his own Remax
Yeah.
company.
Oh,
So does he understand our process?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
explained to him, he said you can have anybody come out and appraise it or.
I also need, the resolution has to be specific about what land we're gonna purchase.
What
So
lot
if you
we
have
have,
like a
what size
property
is it?
description.
Get a nice picture
you'll
there.
need that,
And
Yeah.
what we're buying.
Get the rest of it.
do like a property
So get up
description
here,
based
yeah,
off of
do the
GPS
test.
coordinates.
As long as it's got footage and, you know,
It just says making a purchase of specified land. It says to say we're interested in making a purchase of specified land.
when you say see,
So if
So he
we,
needs really to come up with what he's willing to sell us,
why are we gonna
a
have to
description of
partition?
the property.
Like, is it all part of one big lot now?
Yes,
And
and
we
he's
have
gonna
to-
subdivide it out.
He's got a map.
I'm gonna tell you right, unless something has changed, now that is a wait.
That's
Because,
gonna be.
because to find a surveyor to come and do it,
Cause the surveyor's gonna have to survey off the part of the
Yeah.
property that we're going to buy and give us a land description just for that.
well, I had some land surveyed a while back and it took a very long time to get anybody.
I don't know
I
if
got
they
the guy
can
in 2
appraise,
weeks, Timberlake, the guy from down at Leavenworth.
but I don't know if they can even appraise just a partial.
I'm sure they
Without-
can.
It has to be, I think it's gonna have to,
They appraised the lot beside our
Probably
sewage plant.
appraisers.
so wouldn't he be the one that would have to have it,
Yeah.
I think it has to be, I think it
Well,
has,
enough what he's selling us,
yeah, I think
Yeah,
it has
he's
to
gonna
be,
legal description of what
Yeah.
he's selling us.
I think it has to be divided off and then appraised. I don't
absolutely.
know, it might
I would ask the appraiser if they can do just a partial, but it's gonna be on him to get the surveyor of what he's selling
You're
us.
right.
But
It has to be
I don't know that the appraiser's gonna be able to say, okay, well, this is what he's selling you without a property description of just that parcel, so.
Right, he's gonna have to get it surveyed first.
I think so. I think he's got to
No
partition
question.
it off first
What
of
he's
what he's
selling
selling.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll find out which comes first.
I'm pretty sure that the appraiser's not gonna be able to go without a
Believe me.
land description.
Timberlake, he was up here in 2 weeks and did mine, and he did it for half the price of everybody else.
But that's a service contract, so I am not worried about a resolution on that crap. I know it's a service contract, but I think it should be on him to survey it, not us.
Yeah.
We want to sell it to us.
He has to have a description of what he's selling us.
I agree,
So
but
we
it
have
should
to
be
have
on
a
us to
survey.
do that.
Right.
Or check
I
him.
don't have an
Okay.
argument for that. That sounds good.
And then a little more overview, so like 2025 highlights, so for this year, we've maintenance, 178 hydrants, flush hydrants, we have 198 valves out of the 437 maintenance through our exercise so far. We've installed 2 sample stations, 3 hydrants installed, 30 hydrants painted, 232 meters installed. We finished up the automated valve at the tank this year. We did the system-wide leak detection with the K9. 18 leaks have been found and fixed this year.
Have you fixed them? All of those?
That the canine found?
No, we found.
That's right.
Previous-
We're going so fast.
Previous one.
We're still-
There's like 3 so far that we fixed from the K9, yes.
Gotcha.
18 leaks total for this year that we found and fixed.
How many did the canine find?
It was,
They found 20-something, 27.
20 some areas,
Wow.
so possible
And we
areas.
fixed 3 of them already.
And then we're gonna do a new tie-in, for Highlander Village in a couple weeks, and then we've done the new PLC PFDs at the sewer plant. So I'm looking at 2026, at least for water, we're looking to replace 4 flush hydrants, replace 1 fire hydrant, install 2 new hydrants, install 200 meters. We're gonna do a new main tie-in, 1 to 2 more eye hydrants, and possibly have 2 emergency connections if we wanted them from Ramsey and Palmyra. Looks like it would be a pretty good year next year too. So I just wanted to go over that briefly.
The hydrants go bad, and is that why we're replacing them? I don't know.
they can go bad. I mean, parts inside go bad. If you have the right valves, you can rebuild the hydrants, but without the right valves to shut them off, you can't really fix them. You just have to do a main shutdown, and it's better just to update.
Yeah, you brought that up before. Thank you for.
valve.
How are the,
Refreshing my memory.
doing?
They're doing good. We're actually still waiting, on our more in-depth training. I have, access to log in and just to view like what graphs it's showing, but we have to get a more in-depth training still. We're looking at, I think December 2nd is when they're supposed to be back down and do a more in-depth training with us on that program. And then, monthly water loss, percentage wise, it was up to 16%, but the actual number was down, from last month. So the number's down, but the percent's up, and that's just because we're selling less water. It's colder, so that number makes it look a little bit higher.
Still a great number.
Better than in the 20s.
Yep.
So that is good. I think that's all I have for water. As far as sewer, we have the PLC is done. It's up and running. Everything's been adjusted to like our settings and where we want them. So all that's completed over there. It's working good. The air. So when we did that, we adjusted the air for stage 1. So it's the first tank. So we ramped it up higher, and then the second tank, it's lower. So there's a lot more air pushing that first tank. Well, a couple of days later, we noticed that the main airline, the header line, is broken. So we need to get down there and repair it like we did in the second stage this year. And it needs done. It's looking like it's going to cost us about $8,000 or $9,000 to have the company come in and repair that line on that side. So that's, some of the maintenance we're looking at.
So that's an old line. That's not one we've already replaced.
Yeah, that's the old line. So that's the line. So we replaced the line in stage 2, and then it runs underneath the wall and then comes out in stage 1, and stage 1's the old line still. So we're just gonna go ahead and have to update it. It looks like I said, parts, labor, looking like $8,000 or $9,000. Looked at all the parts. We can get everything in 10 days, and then try to work with the company and get it scheduled. We'll be repairing that hopefully within the next month or so. Unfortunately, more maintenance work. The past month, even doing a project, like we had to go in and they had to put in a new motor for one of the air compressors, a pressure switch. Both the blowers there needed new pressure relief valves. They weren't holding pressure and they were causing us to have alarms. So we bought ones that would allow us to go up in pressure. And of course, they're going to hold that pressure a little bit better. So we haven't had the alarms since we replaced those. I'm waiting to hear back on a quote to seal wall cracks. I noticed that there are more cracks in the walls at the plant, leaking a little bit. In one tank and the other, I saw a crack on one side where it's got a little bit of wetness, moisture on the outside, so it's starting to seep. So what they'll do is this company can do like an injectable, like epoxy, and it kind of follows like the path of the water back to the actual crack and seals it. So I'm working on getting a price for that, maybe look into that for maybe next year, depending on the cost. So some of the work that's needed to be done, the other piece that needs to be done. So we have a lot of, they're called rags, but they're flushable wipes. It's hair, it's gross.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of buildup, and so our air lines that go down to the bottom of the tank are diffusers that blow the air in. They are piling up and getting clogged with these rags and stuff. So we need to come in and pump each tank out and suck all those rags and stuff and get rid of some of that. So we have room for our airlines to do what they're supposed to do.
They're in the, which tank, the first tank?
All of them. So
Really?
even the inlet. So like the inlet that comes in that tank there, it's actually filled with like sediment and stuff. It's almost up to the top.
See that? It's supposed to be catching it though on the grate, right?
Yeah, so we need to clean that out. Then right now, the main focus is we're just gonna look at on the air ditch. So it's where the raw comes in, and we'll pump that down. We can block it off, and we'll get that first one cleaned out, and then we'll look at what next year's, if we want to do other parts of the tank. So like mainly stage one would be the only one left.
Okay.
So, but we're having to look at that. I couldn't get a price on that because there's too many variables. They don't know how many trucks they'll have to haul out. They don't know anything until we get down there and look at it.
Really? I mean, because they gotta take out what's coming in? Is that what, and to clean it, they gotta
Yeah.
take what's coming in out to empty out the first tank?
Right now, I think we're looking, if we have room, we don't have to worry about hauling off. We should be able to pump it over to another tank to hold it. And then they can get in there and clean out, but they don't know how many trucks they'll need to clean out rags, whether it's 6 inches deep down in there or a foot or more of rags.
Good, that many, huh?
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever, has any?
We've never cleaned out past the grate. We always go in and clean out the grate
The grate.
periodically, right?
Yeah.
But the way we always, it was explained to us is that all the rags are caught in the grate and in that first containment pit, that first separate pit.
So apparently.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that's.
And it might be more effective or efficient once we get that inlet cleaned down and pumped down. Maybe that's part of the reason why rags are passing through there, because it's so built up and it's just letting things pass. I mean, it's almost to the top, the sediment, and there's probably other rags in there too.
Yeah, so two things, not to change the subject, that is, that first containment tank where we've got the grate.
Mhm.
You're talking about filling cracks, there's a huge crack right there.
Yeah, I sent them a picture of that.
Okay, that was concerning, right?
It's probably only gonna get worse.
Looking at it, it would be good to put some epoxy in there and seal it, but I would say we probably leave the metal bracing and bolts that's on there and just try to seal that crack the best we can. I'm afraid it might shift even more if we take those bolts off, remove that bracket. So that's pretty significant crack there,
Yeah,
but maybe just try to put some good epoxy in there and have it sealed up.
Maybe we need to send out a notice to Heritage Springs and ask them to politely ask them not to flush disposable wipes.
Good luck.
good luck.
Yeah,
I deal with that every day.
Every day, nobody's gonna listen.
but if it hasn't been done in this many years, that's
I mean-
pretty good.
You know, stop signs don't work, so hey.
There's future things that you can do. You can put like grinders on
We've
the,
always talked about, but those things are, I mean, those things are like, what, $100,000 or something like
Yeah.
that? I
there's
just-
cheaper ones out there, but you can put those in there and they'll grind them up and they'll still come through the system. They're just gonna be smaller pieces.
Right, but won't they, if they're heavier, won't they still like pile up in there? I mean, like, you're just grinding, I mean,
I think,
you're putting the problem a little bit later versus. if you-
yeah,
Well, but wasn't the problem before was that with them going through hole, they were clogging up other parts
Yeah.
and wearing them out faster.
The screen, and the
That's
staff had to go out there and clean out the screen like daily or weekly or something was always the complaint we got.
hmm And Ashbury, they clean off that screen at least once a week that I know of. That inlet screen, but like I said, there is a lot of sediment and other debris piled up in that. I mean, there's just no room for anything heavy to fall right now.
Is that something that Asbury does or do you?
Ashbury is going to, contract it out to Lawson. So it's through Ashbury. We've used them before, we use them on hauling off basically the discharge. Once that sludge gets so much, they come in and haul that off for us and they clean that one tank out, every so often. So we've used them before and they just have like, basically they call it a super vac. It's just basically a big vacuum truck with, 18 foot of wand that they'll
Yeah.
clean that stuff out
Yeah.
with.
What is that?
It's like a big sump pump
Just do the,
or
Can't really give a price on it.
I mean, what have they charged in the past, I guess is what I'm asking if you recall.
Most places charge like 11 cents per 1,000 gallons or something like that.
I mean, just think about your, like a septic tank.
Right, I understand
pump
that,
it,
but again,
just-
Yeah, it's kind of the same
Huge.
pricing.
all we could do is get pricing and find out what it's gonna cost, because it has to be done.
Yeah, I can't get pricing on this. So that's
Until they come out and look at it.
yeah, I mean, we'll have to, but at that point, if you're pumped down, you might as well go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
If you're already pumped down, it'll just based on how many trucks they get and how much is built up. Like I said, with it blocking the diffusers, I mean, we're
You
losing.
just gotta do
It's
it.
gonna have to be done, it's maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather get it done before,
Yeah, it's just
before
looking
it
like
gets super
maintenance,
cold.
kind of like the main airline right now. It's looking like maintenance, so.
So would it make sense to do it all at the same time? If you're gonna pump it down for the air, or I'm sorry, for the airline, pump it down and do the crack all at the same time, would that save us some money?
Well, the epoxy might have to be at a certain temperature though.
I think epoxy does, most of those they can get to without having to pump anything down. So that's the good thing.
Epoxy has to be like almost at a 72 degree, so unless we have heaters in there, there's no.
Yeah, but I will definitely get the price for the epoxy for like a future project to be done. I'm just waiting to hear back from them. But as far as that, for now, we'll move forward with, airline maintenance and just maintenance on cleaning out the rags
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
just get it done.
and getting the air flowing like it's supposed to be.
So the one thing I was gonna say earlier, the grate, if I remember correctly, the grate that we have on there now is like pretty rudimentary. And so I understand there are much more technically capable grates that are available out there. So I know nothing about this, but if you're at the next conference or whatever and you see something, bring us some information and we can upgrade. Cause I know that that wasn't installed originally. That was installed after to prevent those rags from getting into the thing. And all it is it's like somebody welded some metal together, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
Seamless sewers, yeah.
What do you mean?
Just some of the new updated cool stuff out there.
yeah, like I'm sure there's something cool out there that you could probably upgrade that to that would help some of the.
Yeah, whatever you see,
Like I
you
said,
know,
it
just,
hasn't been cleaned out and stuff. That's really good though for the age of the plant. And we're just not having to kind of deal with the rags and the buildup. That's pretty good. But then I guess future work to consider. So both our blowers, they're doing fine. They're running. But one of the blowers, it started leaking around the compressor. And I guess future, we need to look at, do we want to, the best move is to put a new blower in there with a compressor and then rebuild that one and figure out if we can store it somewhere and just have one as backup. I don't have any prices, but we had it inspected after startup with a new PLC, and we definitely noticed an oil leak. Don't know where it's coming from, and then the compressor itself is just wore out. It's starting to wear out. Like there's not much compression. Like when you push up against it and try to
Maybe
move
we
it.
just need to buy a new one that
So-
if we're starting to see. What's our profit off of, for the sewer plant for the year? I mean, I know that
17 a month, right?
yeah, I mean, I know we took a hit for the new PLC, but
It should be 204. And minus what we pay Asbury and then all the capital
Yeah.
expense.
yeah, it's should have.
And it's something I can, compose for you all for, like prices on that, the wall cracks for just future and how many, year, 2 years, how long we wanna, put those out for as like future projects too, so.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want it to completely.
I'm not interested in
Yeah.
pushing it out very far.
Yeah, we need, this is preventative maintenance. This is-
I'd say we're 25 grand.
Cause the bad part is right now, if one goes down, you have this other blower, but then you're working it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what compresses the air for the whole plant.
It's
We've
not,
actually lost money because of all the maintenance and stuff we done. We brought in just under 200,000 and we spent 280,000. So we lost $80,000 this year,
What do
but
we,
that's including everything, the maintenance and everything.
what do we have in that?
We have 652,000 in there right now. We started out with 741 this year,
I mean,
coming down to 652.
I think for that compressor and blower, we go ahead and buy a new one, get prices for the next month. We look at it and prices for rebuilding and we go ahead and get a new one. Cause the last thing we need is that thing to let go
Yeah,
and then
no.
we're running off.
yeah, I
And then we rebuild and we put, is that something that you could save that we could store it in the truck shed?
No, I was gonna say, you know what you just said, find a place to
Find a
store it.
place to store it. That was what he said.
There might be enough room in there. We just moved.
He's like, damn, they filling up my nice tough shed.
There's like a little desk in there with some of the filing cabinet and stuff, and I think he's got we put a shelf in there for him to be able to do tests and samples off
So
of.
you can do tests and samples on the.
Oh, the compressor.
Well, that's where he's kind of doing it now is on top of the blower. We can
Now
move
that-
the shelf out.
Now that we've moved the boxes out of the main building, there should be additional space in there, right?
That part is still on the wall. They're all disconnected. TNT will come back and those are gonna go. So, I mean, there's gonna be some additional space there. I'm not sure if it's enough for one of those. I'm talking about like the blue blowers. The two main blowers. As soon as you walk in there, the blue
Yeah.
ones.
We still have the lawnmower in there? No? Oh, okay. Well, there should be room then for an extra one.
Well, we'll figure it out.
You know, find space.
And I'm still working on organizing that and moving things around and trying to get more space in there, so hopefully be able to have the space we need.
Yeah. Get it.
But I think that's everything with sewer. Like I said, just wanna let you know what's going on and really what's to come, so.
Okay. Questions for Stephen? Awesome. Right, new business, no old business. The next is the there it is. The longevity bonus, so county agreement ordinance number 2025 dash WR dash
It should be WO.
WO dash 010. Ordinance authorizing the payment of longevity bonus for the bonus pay for the Greenville utility employees. I need to read the whole thing.
Remember,
Not if you do, no, just the heading.
Okay. It's the same as what it's always
I read it anyhow. I'll play.
been. So I'll make a motion for unanimous consent.
So,
Favor say aye.
I,
Any opposed? Some editing that one. That's on this.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I didn't see the other one though, that you.
Greg needs to be in bed.
Huh?
I do too. I like had as long a day as he is, I think. That's a full day.
No, actually, I've worked, not less than you, I just got my, half of my tooth taken out.
Oh, you did? Well, that's where, oh, that's right, you have the root canal.
That's what I said, just to take Advil.
I would have rather done that, honestly, though.
Right, it's bad, whatever.
And you probably had to schedule it today,
I don't even know.
I scheduled almost everything tomorrow because the courts are closed.
right?
Yeah. All right, so the salary ordinance, so, I'm just gonna say something real quick before we read it. Really appreciate everybody, you know, all of the hard work that we've done and hard work that we're doing. And, you know, you two working together. I think that, honestly, I think the utility is running very, very well, probably better than what it ever has. So, we do greatly appreciate, both of you all and everybody that's not here, so, you know, we sat down and we had to talk long and hard, so, you know, about how we move forward and just be conservative and be careful with the healthcare costs that are looming. I have a feeling over the next couple of years, I think that's gonna be pretty significant, hopefully, but, so Town of Greenville ordinance number 2025 WO-09. Ordinance for merit increases for water utility employees for 2026. One thing we're doing this year is we're not separating it all out. Because the reason we used to separate it out is, to be honest, I had a disagreement with the board on how they were doing the pay. And I wanted to be able to, us to, vote yay or nay per person or whatever. So we don't have that problem now. So there's no need to, and I mean, if one of the other board members is like, hey, I don't agree with this, then we'll separate them out again. But we agreed that we can put them all together, so. Yeah, ordinance for merit increases for the party employees for 2026. Greenville Municipal Water and Sewer Utility, of Greenville, Indiana. Where the Greenville Municipal Water Utility Council majority agrees for merit increases for water superintendent Stephen Webb, Municipal Water Utility Office Manager Crystal Rock, technician Scott Hagan, technician Jacob Marsh, and office clerk Kaylee Hurst, is effective January 1, 2026, for the period until December 31st, 2026. Therefore, to be ordained as follows: water superintendent, the salary position is increased from $68,640 to $71,042.40. Water utility office manager Crystal Robb is increased from a rate of $30.03 to a new rate of $31.08 per hour. Water technician Scott Hagan has increased from $27.50 to $28.46. Water technician Jacob Marsh has increased from $18 to $18.54. And office clerk Kaylee Hurst has increased from $16 to $17. Adopted by the town council of Greenville, Indiana on the 10th day of November 2025.
I'll make a motion.
A second, on fair side?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay.
It was
And
an ordinance, you asked for unanimous consent.
I did,
I didn't hear you, sorry.
Sorry.
I
I think,
Unanimous.
so, and just we, and just part of the conversation that had about it was, we are concerned about what the healthcare costs are gonna do. They're projecting around a 6 to 6.5% increase in what,
Mine's gone from 900 to 2,000.
well, let's hope that we don't get that, cause that's
A
bad.
month. And after our last meeting, and I'm like, oh no, significant.
You're like, damn you, Greg, for saying that.
Yeah.
So we're just concerned, we're concerned about the overall healthcare cost, and we wanna see how some things shake out over the next year or so. So that's, but it equals out for everyone got at least 3.5%.
Government cost of living was like 2%, so
Yeah.
Yeah, inflation sort of slowed.
we get
Yeah.
almost. twice
So-
that.
But, yeah, Jacob Marsh's it ended up being 3%. So, but just wanted to give the thought, we do greatly appreciate all of you all. But that's where the thought process was, and the concern, just trying to be very cautious as we go into the next year. And then, so. All right, what else from a water utility sewers perspective?
If I remember correctly, within the next 2 or 3 years, probably 2 years, bond is gonna be paid in full. So
Wow.
start thinking about what we wanna do with that, or
Build another tower.
Do another bond, is that what you're saying?
Build another-
Proceed with sewers in the rest of the town.
Yes, that,
We got a laundry list.
yeah,
well, I mean, this would just be the water utilities, so we couldn't use that for sewers. but
Right, yes.
Yeah.
It would be, it's gonna be 7,500 a month additional.
That'd be great.
capital.
yeah.
I mean, we could just. I know we need the tower or whatever, but we talked about 5 to whatever year, so that gives us 3 years just to cash flow like a reserve.
Well, we gotta keep in mind that we need to,
We've already got that $600,000 reserve out there.
Well, yeah, that's in the investment account.
well, we're gonna have to redo the existing water tower.
Yeah.
We need to,
That's a couple $100,000
we
probably.
need to strip it down, redo that. And then obviously we've got another water tower looming here, so.
Yeah,
But
we're at capacity, correct?
For our tank,
Current tank.
our capacity is based off our tank, but it's also based on neighboring tanks. I mean, I think I'd have to get with the engineer, but I think the last time we ran numbers, it was like, don't quote me on this, like 175, more people that we could add or something like that.
Okay.
But like I said, we rely on neighboring tanks, so that helps us out a little bit too.
That one at, Mount St. Francis, we own half of it. Or an agreement with a lease, whenever they built it, we were paying them for the bond, half the bond. So that tank's supposed to be half.
How was that bond?
It's probably paid off by now,
Oh,
but we're still paying them like half of whatever the bond was then. It was a 30-year, so it might not be yet. But,
Another contract?
yeah, we had a contract with,
This, cause we redid that.
Edwardsville Water, I think.
So
Yeah, 'cause-
Edwardsville Water's contract's 15 years now.
yeah, cause everybody wants
Or
to do,
20 maybe.
everybody wants to do, 20, 30
You're
year
gonna do 30.
contracts. I mean, that makes them.
So do we have that in writing that we own half that tank, or is that
Yes,
It's
it was in the original contract.
Okay.
Half the water usage for us.
half of water use, but do we own half the tank?
So we don't own it, but the half the water in storage is ours. So we can use it to that capacity. That's what the original agreement was.
We should,
I think that was before I got here, so that's been at least 25 years ago.
All right, what else? Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
I was hoping for a 6 or 7% increase, but no. I think about 110% increase. And that was for cheap